Tuesday night podcast, the Beat Radio Bali. And we'd like to welcome you to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
DJ ST. It's Tuesday night. Good evening. You're on Tuesday night podcast. DJ ST right here. And I've got a special guest with me tonight. My old friend DJ Flex. Sir.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Doing? Get close to that one.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Now, DJ Flex, we normally start with 3 questions, but tonight I've only got 2, which is...
right.
Actually, I can make it into 3. Where are you from? Yeah, where are you from? But wait, I'll just ask them first. Where are you from? How did you get into music? And then, how did you get to Bali?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Born and raised in Oceanside, California.
Oceanside.
And, yeah.
What's Oceanside, California?
Oceanside, California is just below Orange County. And it's the top of San Diego. So
Okay.
it's San Diego, California.
That's on the coast.
Yeah, it's right on the coast.
And, okay. I won't ask when that was, but okay. So, did you get into music when you're in Oceanside? Or how did it all begin?
Am I supposed to look at you or am I supposed to look at the camera?
You can look at the camera, you can look at me.
Okay.
It's good when you're looking at the camera too.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing.
But since we are here in the same room, it's actually good to interact.
Yeah,
So
for
anyway.
sure.
Mm.
So, what was the question again?
When you got involved in music, or how it happened?
Basically, my brother, goes back on my brother coming. I mean, I always loved music. I was always raised on R&B, hip-hop, and, just the culture. And my brother had said, come to Bali, check it out. You know, he spent a lot of time out here. And I was like, okay, well, maybe might be able to make it out. So I had found time, and I came out for 2 months. He said, don't book unless you come out for about 2 months, because 2 weeks is not enough. And I'm like, all right.
And when was this?
This is back in 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
That's quite a while ago.
Yeah, it's right out of high school.
Okay, so you were 18 or something?
Yeah, 19.
How old were you? 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I know how old you are. Anyway. So that, had you been out of the States before that point? You've been traveling before? Or?
No, not really, just to Mexico. Because from 18 to 21, you can't really do anything but go to Mexico.
And what's your background?
My ethnicity, that's the thing. You're saying where you're from.
Yeah.
I get that question a lot from Indonesians and
Indonesians,
from Europeans, and they're like, "Where you from?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm from California," and they're like, "Oh,
right.
Where you really from?" And I'm like, "I'm from California. What are you talking about?" It's like, if you want to know my ethnicity, that's different, but where I'm from, I'm like, I've been.
I guess when people ask where you're from, is like where you're born.
Yeah,
right?
California. Yeah.
So, whereas Indonesian, everyone's always, you ask them where they're from, and they give you this list of, their ancestry for the last 100 years.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just like, I'm from California. I'm Hawaiian, Filipino, Japanese, and they're, that's what I wanted to know. And they're, after they asked me, where you from, and I go, California, and they say, where you really from? And I'm like,
you picking a fight, dude?
Where your parents from? I was like, America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't know that there's so much diversity in America. It's like, it's crazy. It's mixed up with, every single ethnicity in the whole world.
Yeah.
It all came to America, and it's big mash.
Yeah. Similar to Australia, but the new world, so to speak. And that's why you can't really pick on, America so much as they do. They keep on blaming America for everything, but it's actually a big bunch of the whole world. So
the whole world is in there, and there's not just one dominant race in there. There's everything.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy place, but it's a good place for that too.
Yeah.
Well, lately it's been a bit fucking up and down, but
and so when I moved out here, in 2008.
Before we go
Okay,
on,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
Like your parents, where were they from? Where are they from?
They're
Like
from,
originally,
they're
like
from,
ancestry.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii.
My parents are from Hawaii. Their parents are from Philippines.
Okay.
And my mom's side is Japanese.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
So second generation.
But sort of Hawaiian, right?
Hawaiian.
That's typical Hawaiian.
Hawaiian. Yeah, usually Hawaiians are mixed with Chinese, Filipino, or Japanese.
Yeah, sure.
Most of them, and or just like half, or just like white or half white too.
Yeah, as well. American.
So,
Anglo-Saxon type people.
Yeah.
So the music. You mentioned your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Was he into music?
Yes, he was.
What was he doing?
Well, my brother started DJing out here before I first came here. At Double 6 Days,
What was his name?
His name's actually Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
Which Josh?
He's a surfer, mad surfer.
All right.
Big wave surfer.
Right.
He charges.
Is he still around?
North Shore. He used to go to the North Shore. He used to go work in Vail, Colorado, work in Hawaii, work in Vail. And when he made enough money, he would come to Bali.
Right.
And he was doing that circuit for maybe 2 or 3 years. About 5 years before I came out.
In the 90s, late 90s.
Yeah.
When, I was here at that time, but I'm not sure if I knew Josh. Is he still here on the island? Or
no, he's not on the island now. He's actually in Hawaii right now.
Right.
Yeah, working still and
So,
trying to. Yeah, well, he's trying to get back over, but the thing is with this quarantine and all these like litigations where there's no visa on arrival.
Well, they got that B111 or whatever it's called, that special visa, right?
Yeah, well, it's been off the market for about 3 months.
No one can get
it. Back. No, well, my mom's visa got pushed back all the way till. I put it in December. She just recently got it like a week ago.
This B special one.
Yeah.
So they're back on.
Yeah, they're back on.
Well, that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
So we're going to get more Russians and more carry on. And so we should. There should be a lot more of it.
It's so funny because when I came back from the States, I noticed a lot more Russians. I don't know why, but there's been.
You came back when?
November.
Right.
December, yeah.
Yeah.
December.
It was still okay then.
Late November,
yeah. Late November was kind of rocking, but then suddenly everything turned upside down and stopped.
Yeah. Again. Again.
Without saying anything. It's just sort of like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
You're going to close up everything.
Yeah,
You're not really telling anyone. Anyway, so how did you get into music? From your brother?
Well, he started me DJing.
But he was obviously not into hip-hop.
I wanted to become a DJ. No, well, he was more of an electronic DJ. And I wanted to become a DJ because when I came to Bali the first time, they would just keep on playing the same stuff over and over.
Like a Psy Trance or something.
No.
Like a double six.
I mean, I'd like Bounty or.
It's hip hop, right?
Bargo
sort of.
And whatnot. And then I was like, okay, I want to learn. So
so you learned here.
No, back in the States.
Oh,
I'd go back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Because I was a mortgage broker. I used to do real estate and do the loan part of it.
Right.
I dabbled with doing realty, but I was more in the loan situation.
In the back end of it.
Yeah, back end.
So that was a real job.
Yeah, actually, I had a real job.
Jeez. I suppose everybody had a real job once upon a time. But, okay, so when did you actually move here full-time, like, living?
08.
08. All right, it's a while later.
Ocean Beach. I got picked up by Sean at Ocean Beach. So, put my demo in, and actually Andy Deluxe. What's up, Andy?
Yeah.
Andy Deluxe, he's the one. He's like, "Oh, can I have a demo?" And I gave him my demo, and then, one party became two came like every day.
And that was hip hop.
Yeah. Well, I was doing. I was first for that company to do hip hop.
Right. All right. So that was hip hop. Why hip hop? Just cool sounds.
No, I've been. Well, I grew up on hip hop.
Right.
Grew up in the urban community. in the gangster's paradise of Oceanside.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's
Was it
pretty
pretty-
hardcore. It's pretty gnarly, and but at the same time, you know, I am where I am.
Yeah.
I'm
So
lucky to be where I'm at.
did you have to sort of prove yourself on the streets of Oceanside?
I think everybody does.
So, and you're MCing too. What you're
Well, I
quite
just
a
started
MC.
MC. I just got on the microphones, you know, just started, you know, MCing for the crowd and whatnot. And,
Yeah.
you know, it
Just
came to
revving
be
up
what
the
it is.
crowd.
Yeah, basically.
But
Get them hype.
did you do like MCing as a, you know, like MCing like in weddings or something like this? Like
No.
that
I didn't
stuff?
do the Matt. What's his name? You know, yeah, I didn't do that kind
No.
of MC. It's more like a hype man.
Right.
Hype man. Yeah.
Because
hype the crowd.
I remember you at the bikini contest, hottest girl in Bali contest, and you were the MC there, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sky Garden.
I think that's about
This
the
is way
first
back.
time. That's about the first time we sort of hung out,
Yeah.
which was a pretty big weekend, as I recall. But you were doing the MCing there and doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But you were doing that sort of gig at Sky Garden quite a lot?
Not really. I was mainly doing DJing. I'd do that, you know, just for here and there for shows and whatnot. And I was MCing a little bit. I'd be on the schedule for MCing a little bit, but mainly just DJing, you know. And then we ended up hiring outside other MCs also. So.
Well, there were a few.
But I
there.
do miss it. because you're the life of the party during that time.
Yeah,
You know.
you're right in there.
Yeah.
And that's you.
Yeah.
You know, to be a DJ, you have to be the life of the party too.
Yes,
in
yes,
some
yes.
extent, right?
Yes, you do.
Well, the best DJs you see around are the ones that kind of connect most. You know, they've probably got a extrovert kind of personality, and they're putting themselves right up there. You know, not just playing music, but dancing around and, you know, boogieing around.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing when you're DJing.
I'm DJing. You gotta concentrate a little bit more. You know, you gotta know when to drop the next song. You know, and know how to mix it. You know. And
I
make
guess
it sound, you know, all right.
Are they remixes or they're this like
Oh man,
3
it
or
all
4 minute
depends,
songs?
You know, well, you know, during like R&B hip hop, it's pretty much just like, you know, either from 30 seconds to a minute to maybe a minute and a half. And if you're reading the crowd right, it can go all the way to 2.5 minutes. You know,
That's
but
it.
Three is max.
Right.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 is pretty max for a R&B hip hop track.
Is that
in top
because
40.
just to keep it going?
Yeah, to keep it live.
Keep it up.
And whatnot. But something you can play straight through. You know, you just got to read the crowd right.
Yeah, exactly. I just find, you know, like the hip hop, like third floor of Shishi now.
Mm-hmm.
You get up there and all the sounds are kind of similar, and you know it could be the same as last week or 10 years ago, or you know.
Yeah.
that-
You know what? But that's the thing. I became a DJ to try and change the music, right? And I ended up coming back here DJing and ended up having to play the same music because that's what they
want.
That's Bali. Bali is Bali, man. You can't change Bali.
But
Like,
you can't.
it is what it is.
But you must
know?
drop new tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you do. You
Yeah.
do, and you do it, you know, on a timely fashion, and when you know you can be able to do it without trying to lose the crowd at the same time, you know. But some tracks they just doesn't get to this side of the world. But with all the internet and stuff, because before the internet, it was way worse. They only knew 2 tracks.
Sure.
You know.
But a good track's a good track.
Yeah.
Like if it's gonna move you, it's gonna move someone else too, right?
Exactly.
But they're so fixed in their mind, they won't accept anything new or something.
But with the internet now, that, you know, before it was crazy. It was like, you know, they only knew a handful of tracks, but now it's just like opening it up, and then that actually everybody kind of knows what's going on in, you know, in the hip hop world and whatnot. But it's not like America is, because like the sets I play here, I probably get shot for playing it if I was in the
If
States.
you went back, yeah.
Yeah, you know, because
Like,
it's a whole
what the
different.
hell's this?
It's a whole different ball game.
This is so old, for example. I
Yeah,
guess.
they're pretty much well, even older tracks you can play, but you know, you just gotta pick the right ones and whatnot.
So, what was the big influence for you in hip hop, like artist wise?
Well, when I was growing up, there was basically NWA. There's Too Short, and then from the East Coast there's LL Cool J and Run DMC.
Mm.
You know, that's pretty much the hip hop culture. And of course, they had Big Daddy Kane. They had
But this is like the early '90s.
Yeah,
Early '90s
early
crew.
90s, early
DMC
90s.
or something.
Who,
Was
DMX?
that DMX.
DMX, he just passed away. Rest in peace.
I saw a post on your
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, man.
So
he was huge.
mm.
You know, that's he. Yeah, man. He was an amazing artist.
Mm.
And he's gone way too soon. You know, at 50.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Well, that was 10 years ago for me.
Yeah.
So these crew, the big artist crews come past Oceanside? Would they play there when you're growing up?
Oh no, they're from LA. LA is like 2 hours up the street.
So they don't tour. They don't.
Well, they probably
play
did
live?
tour,
I
but
don't know.
like none of them, like in our area, like I probably nobody had enough
wouldn't-
money to go to the damn show. You know what I mean?
You'd be lucky to get out alive, isn't
Yeah.
it? But isn't that hip
It was
hop?
a
Right?
situation, huh?
Isn't that hip hop? Isn't that the street kind of thing where you get in amongst
Yeah,
it?
yeah, for sure.
So they didn't tour these guys.
Who, NWA?
Yeah, like all the main hip hop guys back then,
Yeah, they did tour. They toured
but
all
not
over.
to your place.
Not to where I was at. No.
So you'd have to go up to LA
Well,
or San Diego or whatever it is.
yeah, it was a little bit too. It was. They came out when I was, they came out right before the Tupac era came out. You know, Tupac, and then Snoop Dogg, and then
Sure, it was becoming more commercial, I guess.
Yeah.
And but there's nothing wrong with Snoop Dogg, I guess, or
Yeah.
I kind of find that pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. So did you ever play music? Did you do any production ever like that?
No.
No. You were just DJing. And what was the best thing about DJing?
When I got here,
when you first started?
When I
now,
first
or-
started, oh, it was awesome. It was amazing. You just get, you get into it and you spend hours and just practicing by yourself, and then you start to do a little scratch here, and then because you actually the first CDJs I started with, they didn't have scratching abilities. So I had to upgrade to the next level, which is actually CDJs 1000s.
Right.
And then you were able to actually scratch and whatnot.
So before you could only just mix like that. And then it's all about scratching, right? I guess. Yes or no?
Sometimes.
No?
Not really. I'd say it's more about song selection.
But that's not really planned out. Or I guess you have your classic set, is that it? And then it changes from that? But you're playing in the same places every week, right? So how do you do that? You basically have a one set and then change it from there as you go?
No, you just show up.
And whatever
go,
track
whatever,
you put your USB in.
Yeah.
And
Whatever
then
you gotta go with.
click.
Yeah, you don't have nobody has a really a set track, but you have your go-to tracks. When it starts to it doesn't when the crowd isn't reacting as like they should, and then you got your go-to track. You got to drop that. If you say you drop a new track and it doesn't work at all, you got to be ready.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, you got to be ready to drop another
Bang on a banger.
Yeah, banger, mate.
Yeah.
Drop another banger.
Yeah, banger. What about Kuda? Kuda versus like Sky Garden versus Shishi. Is there a difference?
Kuda was it's amazing. That's before a lot of this, what do you call it? The Bali boom came, where everybody started moving to Canggu.
Sure.
All this money came in, and building and whatnot.
Fancy stuff came.
It was like, it was old school grimy,
Well, 2003. When you first came here, it was there wasn't a lot going on. Can't remember. Oh, that's just after the first bomb, right? Yeah. So it was pretty quiet, I guess.
Yeah, it was real quiet.
And it's pretty. It's always been good, The first time I came here was like 1980, and it was only just one street to the beach, and it was still cool, It was still going on, and it's just sort of
heard
mushroom from there.
I heard back then there was like bars on the beach, like people would party on the beach. No.
Well, yeah, this is close. 1980. I don't think it was. Yeah, there might have been bush. You know what I mean? Bonfire kind of stuff, but there wasn't any bars. There might have been a few hotels along the beach somewhere. In the bush, but. Back off the beach. So nothing was on the beach. Mm-hmm. You could look up Kuta Beach all the way and it's just vegetation on the side. You couldn't see anything. And then, as I said, it was only one road that went down to the beach. And then Geelong Legian was like a limestone track. So, and the closest thing to a club was like an abandoned house with purple sort of walls and a ghetto blaster. Some flashing lights.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's came a long way, man.
Yeah, but there's bars on the beach now, right? In La Plancha and all this. Yeah. So what about DJing and lifestyle? How does that? Is it a good lifestyle?
It's a great lifestyle. You got your days to yourself, but at the same time, you don't got the early mornings anymore. It's especially if you're doing the night
sure.
DJing. If you do sunset, you're pretty cool. But
yeah. Well, there's a lot more sunset now, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. yeah. Everybody that was doing sunsets before, they're getting a lot more gigs than everybody that was at the clubs, late night and whatnot, because everything closes.
Sure.
At
supposedly at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Not that some places do it all, but
man, it was amazing, dude. Like the other night, it's like 9 o'clock in Sishi. There was 2 German booths, like German guys. One of them I do know because he's a regular at Sishi, Ramon. What up, Ramon? They bought bottles of champagne, like 20 bottles of champagne, and they gave them out to the crowd. Yeah, on top of the DJ booth. Crazy. Right. You know what I mean? Nice. And then the other booth seen it, so they ended up doing the same.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then they gave a bag of cash for everybody to throw up in the air for like
They into Bitcoin or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think the coin once they hit that day or something. I don't know, man. It was crazy. I've never seen anything. I've never even seen celebrities do that at any club. You know what I mean?
And who are they? They're just hunters.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Just online gurus, I guess.
Right. Well, there's a lot of. That's a good thing about now is that most of the people you see in the clubs and what have you are people living here, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a pretty intimate crowd.
Yeah.
In most places. What's the busiest night down at Shisha?
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night. That's
everybody's there.
Tomorrow night. That's Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I used to go down there on ladies' night, but it all got a bit mad.
Well, after before the curfew, it was really good.
Before COVID.
And then now it's starting to get really good again.
All right.
Yeah, so it's pretty much.
It was just like there was a load. It was all like a load of mad hyenas,
Yeah,
so drunk, just falling over, which is good and bad. So what else?
Depending on what you're looking for, right?
Well, can work into something in your favor. What else do you get into when you're not DJing?
Oh, I surf, skate, just basically that's it. Hang out.
Gym.
Yeah, my kid. Got my kid.
Got your kid here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how old's your kid?
My kid's 6 years old.
All right.
No, he's 7 now. He's 7. Okay. He just had a birthday. No, but I've been hanging out with him. He's been surfing since he was 5, but kind of got off of it and came back on. So.
It's good to have kids in your life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what have you been doing for COVID? Like surviving? Because you went back to
I went back to the States. I had to as emergency. 2019 was my best year DJing since I've been here. I made the most money. I had like 8 to 12 gigs a week. I was just killing it, and all through 2019. Then I ended up taking a vacation, November, December. Went back home to California for a bit, and then spent New Year's, and it's probably my first New Year's off in ever. in Hawaii.
Right.
Did 2020 in Hawaii, and then I ended up coming back. Everything was pretty much the same, and then bang, no work, no job, nothing.
You're out. But
You
you
know what I
had,
mean?
but you still had money in your pocket. No.
I
cash.
didn't have
Oh,
money. The shit's gone, man. I just came back from vacation, man.
All right. Spent everything you had.
So
Expecting to work again.
I ended up just going. I ended up just going back to the States and hit up Pops, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like, man, this shit would pass. You'll be all good. I'm like, dude, I don't think so. He's like, you know, you can come over here and stay with me if you want, you know, but he thought it was just gonna pass like a couple months, which I wish I would. I mean, if it did, I wish I would have stayed, but it didn't. It ended up panning out to be like, you know, still to now.
Right.
You know, I mean, they just had the first UFC with the full crowd. I don't know how they got away with that in the States, but yeah they did.
Well, it seems to be getting better in the States, right? I don't know. Well, there's all these vaccinations going on.
They just, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on with the scam
propaganda.
Scamdemic.
Well, I saw the other day they were talking about that hydroxychloroquine in Singapore.
Hydrochloroquine.
Let's call it HCQ.
Yeah.
But there was a study done in Singapore, and they just announced the results.
It's good, right?
It's
cured. Awesome, yeah.
It helped all these people that, you know, back last year when they did the tests, when they had all this trouble in these dormitories, you know, those Indians or whatever in these dormitories, and they tested some people with placebos and with the HCQ, and everyone on that shit survived. It wasn't unaffected, right? But you don't hear about it, you know.
No,
it's
I'm not gonna hear about it at all.
Man, they should be. They're all going on about India now.
They let you hear what you want to hear.
Yeah,
they'll pump whatever they want to pump up, you know. And
what about in the States? Because you hear all this stuff about, you know, the left and the right and everything. Is it like that over there? Everyone's not wearing a mask and all that stuff.
Everyone in the States are kind of over it, you know. When I mean towards the end, you know, in the beginning, everybody was like masked up, you know. It was, you know, you don't know what's going on. You see people in China shaking, having convulsions, and doing seizures, which is complete bullshit. You know, they put that online saying this is Corona. This is Corona. And they put kids doing the same thing.
Dropping dead on the street.
And that's one of the reasons why I decided to leave, because I seen a kid doing that. And I was like, shit, they don't got enough hospitals to do that over here, you know?
Sure.
I think it's one bed for every 100,000 people. So I ended up going back to States. I mean, in the beginning, it was like everybody was social distancing. I did my own self-quarantine for 2 weeks, and then started seeing family and friends, and, you know, and, you know, it was great. It was awesome going back and, you know, seeing all your folks and, you know, your homies and that you haven't seen forever, you know.
And everybody's stuck there, you know, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, true that. And at the same time, it's like, you know, it's great seeing them, but then at the same time, you're like, you know, I miss the American culture, like the people. You know what I mean? It was weird. It was like, it was good. It was great. Yeah, the people American people are amazing, straight up. Like, I mean, I missed it, you know. But then at the end of everything, it's like I miss Bali too, and you're like, man, like I can't picture myself actually living in the States anymore. Like, I've been here way too long.
Yeah.
And
I
was like, I have to get back. I have to get back somehow, some way. So I ended up
that was already quite a long time, right? Like 6 months or more.
Yeah, well, I stayed there for 8 months, and when I was there, I was actually got back in the real estate game.
Oh, right.
I got right back in and started closing deals.
Exactly, and I made the same as before.
I was padding up. I was, you know, stacking my chips, and I ended up coming back.
All right.
And now I thought it would be at least to what it, because when I came back, I'm like, okay, I can get my quitas. We can get back on track, because everything was kind of open during November, December.
That's right.
You know,
New Year's Eve was looking good.
Was looking good, but it never happened.
November.
By the end of, like, after December 15th, they started blocking. They're saying they're gonna lock down or whatnot,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I was
The
like,
numbers
oh,
were
shit.
up. The numbers were up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time to put all you people to bed again. Which is a
Yeah.
total downer for everybody involved. So what about your child? Did your child go over to the States? Or
Yeah, of
stay?
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes everywhere with me.
Mm.
Yeah.
And his mother?
His mom stays
Stays where
here.
she is. Yeah.
Well, she's in Jogja now in her village.
Okay.
And yeah, so
Doing the COVID thing.
no,
guess.
well, she's hanging out with family. She doesn't go there much, so yeah.
Yeah. And she's I'm sure she's doing very well over there. And your son is child,
Yes,
daughter,
son.
lives with you then.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty full-time job too.
yeah, it is. It is.
And how do
Days for him, nights for me.
Right.
You gotta have the balance. You know what I mean?
But then you got help, I guess, too, right?
Yeah.
You got some.
Yeah, I got a nanny.
Yeah.
You can't have one of those in the
24/7?
States. You can't have one of those in the States. No.
You'd have to be selling a lot of real estate for that.
Yeah.
And that's 24/7, or she comes in a day or something.
What's that?
Is it 24/7? She's with you?
Oh, yeah,
live
yeah.
in.
Yeah,
nanny.
live in.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to afford that in the States.
No, hell no.
And, which is perfect, this place, right? In many
Yeah,
ways. How you
yeah.
can,
Pretty lucky, blessed.
You can get a pretty good lifestyle happening without too much
Yeah.
cash flowing out. And you're helping people out, and it's kind of normal. It's not like, some people think it's like slavery or something, but the reality is it's actually, everything's 100% normal.
Yeah, exactly.
You're basically employing someone.
True.
So let's not get too worked up about it. So what about love life and the DJ? How is that? You get the opportunity, I guess, to meet a lot of
you can meet
girls.
Yeah, you can meet anything under the sun over. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't have a girlfriend right now. The last relationship I got out of, it was a little bit short, but it's just at the same time, it's just like, sometimes you're like, you just got to pick the right one if you want to, because why even waste your time and energy unless it's like you're
For
really, you're actually willing to take the next step,
Well, I guess you don't know until you're already kind of halfway down the road.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, so you got to kind of
But then
roll with the punches. I guess.
With your DJ lifestyle's late night generally, right?
Yeah.
So it must be limiting to.
Well, right now it's been pretty early because of the curfew situation, but
which is pretty good too.
Yeah, it is. Everybody starts early and everybody finishes early.
And you get to bed early and you wake up early.
Some do.
Sort of. Well, you can.
Yeah.
It's crazy how, for years it's been like you go out, you're not out before midnight. And now it's like very seldom you're not home before or after midnight.
Yeah.
So it's pretty healthy. I found this whole pandemic period pretty good for me.
Well, it was great because, actually the world stopped. The best thing that happened with this whole COVID thing was everybody got to go see they spend time with their family instead of keep going.
Stop.
It was everybody just was able to, marinate and spend time with their family as opposed to keep on going on the go, like the rat race and whatnot. But at the same time, I heard there's a lot of divorces too. A lot of people found out they didn't really like each other much.
Too much time together. And apparently there's less babies. That's what I saw an article on. There's less
for sure.
less births.
Well, no one wants to have a kid during this time. They're like,
as well.
Well,
they're probably not even
setting up
talking.
for failure,
let alone sleeping together. Yeah. It's anyway, so what do you prefer? Do you actually MC or do you DJ only? Or then it's MC on top of it?
No, I MC, DJ, but I haven't done an event. I think the last event I did was, I MC'd for Nick Simon at Dreamfields. Was it Dreamfields?
Oh, okay.
Was it Dreamfields over there?
Geweka.
Yeah, Geweka.
Yeah. Dreamfields, a couple times.
And then my own events, if I'm throwing an event, like this Friday, we're having the Cypher over at Red Ruby.
Okay.
Cipher.
What's cipher?
The cipher means like just a rap, not like a real battle, but just like rappers that want to come out.
Oh.
We're gonna have open mic from
Okay.
9 to 10, and
That's like rapping.
yeah.
Yeah. You rap? Is it?
No.
Are there rappers?
I'm just a hype man. I told you that.
You just hype it up.
Yeah.
But there are rappers.
I don't
around?
spit bars. No, I don't rap. I mean, I never really got into it. That side of it,
Because it's
I'll
pretty
be
big
the man
stateside,
behind
isn't
and-
it? You know?
Yeah, it is pretty big. Everybody's trying to, freestyle. Back in high school, everybody's, freestyling and doing all that. Of course, we jump in. Everybody would jump in, whatnot. But I've never really considered myself a rapper.
Was that like school days?
I love it though.
Yeah, sure. High school days in Oceanside.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Oh, drinking 40s, and
Chasing girls.
chasing girls, football. It was all about football,
Hooning around in your cars.
Yeah. I actually was lucky. I had me hand-me-down Datsun pickup when I was 16.
Datsun pickup.
Yeah, Datsun pickup. Yeah, Datsun.
Datsun or Datsun.
Yeah,
So that was
Yeah,
that
just
gave you
rolling
credit a Datsun pickup, and that was pretty cool.
It gave me credit or credit to be an Uber driver. Everybody called me for a ride. Great, come pick me up over here. Fuck off. I ain't going over there.
It's good to have wheels anyway.
Yeah.
So what sort of gigs were going on? But you didn't DJ. You weren't involved in that stuff.
No, just
Earlier.
new music and hyping up, just hyping up parties.
And you didn't hyping up. Wait a minute.
Well, I actually did one party. I told the guy, I was like, I can get a lot of people over here, and it came to be a big success. But the thing is the cops came around because some dude beat his girlfriend and kind of ruined it for everybody.
What was it? Where was it? What?
It was over in it was at a sushi restaurant that I was working at
Okay.
at the time, just after high school, and that was pretty much my first one I promoted.
So that was working at as in the floor on.
No, I was a sushi chef.
The
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to use my.
Was it good?
It was great.
You make good sushi.
Of course.
You still cook?
Always.
All right.
Yeah.
When you invited me over,
I'll
beers and sushi.
meet you at sushi.
Well, they got plenty of it there. But anyway, I wasn't trying to pick you up. Just looking for a free meal. So cooking, restaurants, hip hop, and then here you are. You're in Bali and you're doing it. Have you been putting on any shows around Bali at all? Like, well, you got one this Friday. Is that your
This
show?
Friday. Not my show, but it's my I'm organizing it. We're not DJing for it and organizing it. And also on Wednesday I work at Mirror, and then
It's still open.
What's that?
It's still open. Mirror.
Yeah, Mirror's open. You didn't know Mirror's open?
I drove past. I purposely looked in. I think it was already pretty late.
Yeah,
I'd left Shishi and I put my head in, and it looked totally dead. Is it closed, or is it just
No, it's open.
hidden behind
It's open. It's open.
hidden behind the trees or something? They turned the lights off at the front or something.
No,
I guess.
it's open.
Mm.
And then I got Sushi on Thursday,
Mm.
and then Red Ruby on Friday, and then Sushi on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
And so it's getting back to normal, really.
Well, this is the first week, so see
Right.
how long it goes. I mean, and my gig at Red Ruby is probably maybe once a month, maybe.
Okay.
Let's see. And then I get picked up by Mirror every once in a while.
So Sushi is once a week? Or
No,
more?
Shishi's my main
Every
resident. Yeah.
night? Is
Yeah.
it? Oh, right. So that's cool.
Or every like 3 nights a week,
Yeah.
which is probably almost everybody has 3 nights a week over at Sushi also.
Right.
Yeah.
And the busiest nights down there? We said it before, the
Sushi,
ladies'
yeah,
night.
yeah,
But what
ladies'
about the
night.
weekends? Is it?
Weekends are they're fairly good. I mean, every day is fairly good. whatnot.
I can't remember.
Trying to just work with this curfew and stuff.
Yeah, I was there on a Thursday recently, and it was kind of a bit quiet.
Yeah.
But I guess Thursday nights that way. What about around Canggu? Nothing going on?
Oh, I did lawn yesterday.
Oh.
It was a private event,
Okay.
but it's pretty awesome.
Mm.
Pretty awesome, playing at the lawn. My first time playing at the lawn. But it was like a surprise birthday, so I couldn't advertise or anything.
Right.
And it was a private party too. So
Who for?
whatnot.
Or is it top secret? Just local people?
No. It was the Prince of Poppies. It was his birthday.
The Prince of Poppies.
Yeah. I guess there's a TV
Poppies
show.
Lane?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Prince of Poppies. Look it up. It was his birthday, and his girlfriend totally decked the whole place out. Did an awesome job.
Nice.
And yeah, it was good.
So I'm looking in my little chest drawer over here. So the best times in Bali. Where do you think they were for you?
Best times in Bali, it's probably, probably when I first started DJing. Maybe a couple years after, when I was known, and it was great. It was good. I mean, but the best time in Bali, like, there's always a good time in Bali.
Is it still as good as what it was, do you think? Back then?
I think it's
probably keeps on getting better.
I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better. I don't know. It's just it's always a good time in Bali, and you have your moments where it's memorable and stuff, and Bali is a lot of people can't do what we do here, and you heard about Phnom Penh or like Cambodia?
What happened? Oh, it's totally lockdown, right?
Total lockdown.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I have a friend there, and he's only allowed out 3 times a week to get food. But he also says everyone just seems to be going out anyway, and his neighborhood's no one's really checking.
Oh no, man! I heard there's like AKs on the street waiting for people to act up and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Well, from their past, you know what I mean? I'd be like, what?
Yeah, watch
out. I don't know if I would want.
It's going to be a takeover.
That's just me, though.
Yeah, I was there actually before COVID. I think December before 2019. I was really impressed with that place.
Would you go to Phnom Penh?
Yeah, Phnom Penh.
I did. I went there 2018 in February.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I liked it. There's a lot of little bars and things going on. Cheap booze, real booze.
Cheap, real booze.
Wow.
Crazy. $1, $2 for a Long Island.
Yeah, exactly. And it's real. It's not some crappy shit.
I used to DJ at this place in the Philippines, right? And I swear to God, Long Islands were $2.50. And everything was $1 or $2, and you can buy as many people drinks as you want. You can buy the whole bar and you still have money left over. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's good.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. One of the things I don't like about around here is because the
booze are expensive.
They make all this local booze, which is total crap, and sell it for the same price or more than what it should be. Normally, and you're just left with shit. It's like fuck me. And everyone thinks they're doing a good thing, but helping in the local business. Oh, no,
okay,
no way. But I was impressed with Phnom Penh, that's for sure. What about Bali music scene? Are we? You're obviously in the hip hop. Do you go out other places? Do you check? You go to the other bars?
Yeah, I went to La Favela. This is before the curfew. One time, and then I went to where else did I go? I don't go much. I usually just go to Sishi. I don't know. It's like my go-to spot.
Or Forge.
I have to wear Forge.
I've seen you there quite a lot.
Yeah, I go to Forge a lot.
But you're living.
I just got back from Forge.
That's right. But you're living in
50% off.
Kuta sort of area, right?
No, I'm living over in off of Sunset, right behind Sushi Te.
Oh, down there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite far away, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's nothing.
No, it's pretty good because it's right on Sunset. You just take Sunset straight to
anywhere you
Kuta, Simiak. If you gotta go to Canggu, it's a far drive, anyways.
Yeah, sure. Unless you're living here.
Yeah, Broward's, you're in the spot. This is like the middle zone right here.
Sort of.
Well, you're Simiak right there. You got
It's still 10,
right
15 minutes down there.
to Simiak.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
10
yeah.
minutes.
Well, yeah, you're in the car.
I can be.
Yeah.
I'm in the motorbike mostly, but you know. But anyway, the Broward's good. I had some friends staying over here from Jakarta that on the other side in Batu Belong, and as I said, it's the first time I've been across there in ages, and suddenly I was over there a couple of times, and it seems to be pretty busy still over there in Batu Belong, and there's everything buzzing along. So Bali's not bad.
I don't think is Old Man's open up or is it closed? Do you know?
I didn't get that far.
Okay.
But Lawn,
Oh yeah.
is Lawn open or is it just open for last night? I'm
No,
not
they're
sure how
open.
that-
They're open.
Mm.
They're open. The lawn is open.
Mm.
And what's it called? Day use. I don't know if they're open, but I know there's that Black Brewery place.
Oh yeah, that's always
It's
busy.
open.
Black Brewery,
Yeah.
whatever that's called.
Black
Where
Sand, Black
do you
Sand.
find your music? Where do you nowadays? Are you online a lot or something, or you get people sending you music or something?
I got a music place where I get it. You gotta pay a subscription,
All right.
and yeah.
Is that like
just
a Beatport or something, or?
It's it's what do you call it? DJ City.
It's a program. It's a platform.
DJ City, yeah.
DJ City.
And they give you a couple remixes of different tracks, and sometimes they don't have the new tracks that come out, but sometimes they do. You know, it all depends on. It's weird. Like some of the hottest tracks, you're like they should have on there, they don't have it. It's weird. Anyways, I don't know. I think DJ City is from the States, but I know they do something with Ali Des or Ali Des over in Singapore. I heard them doing a promo for them, so I think I don't know where it's from, but
What about on YouTube and so forth?
I'm not on YouTube.
No,
No.
you don't.
I should. I'm building my studio right now because I'm waiting for my computer to come in next month. Have my brother bringing it in, and then hopefully start producing some stuff.
All right.
Get some producers
Remixing.
and whatnot, yeah, and start doing some stuff, as opposed to just playing some stuff.
Well, it seems like Trev Cheese got a studio or something going on.
Oh, really? In Lombok?
No, here.
Oh, okay.
Just down the road.
Oh, damn.
I saw it the other day. You haven't
Alright.
seen him then. He's was joined with some people there.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah. So what's coming up in the future for you, besides producing?
I don't
Just to
know.
get
I better
through
probably
this
gotta
shit.
I gotta find out what's going on with this, but hopefully something lands on my lap. But I have other ideas to do. I want to do my own clothing line. I've always wanted to do it. Actually, I had my own clothing line when I first came here. My first and second year here, I did some clothes, some pieces, and it kind of just fell off. I really didn't pursue it, but
It's
I
like
definitely want to do it again.
clubbing, DJ kind of wear or something.
No,
or-
urban wear.
Urban wear, yeah, sure. Hip hop.
Hip hop. Strictly hip hop.
Strictly hip hop. Is that the name of it? That should be the name of it. Or maybe Flex. But,
No, but actually, when I first started working, when we opened Red Ruby, I had a night there, and after they would play house music,
That's
and I
a
started
couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, they'd play house music, and I started really getting into house music at that time, So I do like a lot of house music too.
Yeah. But you're not.
Stuff.
You don't DJ it, right? Or
No,
not interested.
I do. I want to, but I don't know exactly how. You know what I mean? With the music, exactly what tracks to play or whatnot, and I would want to get like more sunset gigs.
Yeah.
Well,
I have seen people doing like a mix of hip hop kind of house sound.
like a mashups type.
So it's sort of.
It's a housey mix
Yeah.
of hip hop.
That seemed to be popular a few years ago.
They got a lot of those coming out. A lot of those coming out too.
Tracks.
Yeah.
All right.
Where they take a track that's a hip hop track or a top 40 track, and then they just put a house beat on top of it, and they, yeah.
Well, it must be, if you got a studio, it must be able to do that yourself as well, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. Why don't you just download it from your spot? Just download it. It's easy.
Just download it from Do you get frustrated with that, like just playing people's music all the time?
No. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, you always want to have your own track,
sure,
your own music.
Yeah, and
you always want to learn, because I wouldn't know the first thing to do. Like my homeboy Leon Shady, like he would be on there, but like, and I think Etcha does that too. Like those are
producing.
Yeah, they're really good at that.
Able to.
Maybe they can show me a couple things and whatnot.
Well, there's plenty of things online, isn't there?
Yeah, you can do YouTube.
But you need to kind of spend that time doing it. You need to want to do it.
Exactly.
Everything's
online nowadays.
You can do anything you want, right? It's
you just got to put your time into it.
It's just a matter of having that endeavor, right? So, all right. Well, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah.
And where people can see you? Say it again.
Over that DJ Flex _1.
Yeah.
DJ Flex _1.
But DJ Flex can be seen spinning at Shishi 3 nights a week.
3 nights a week at Shishi all the time, usually.
Yeah.
And then here and there in Mirror, and then hopefully La Favela, maybe. I don't know.
La Favela open?
Huh?
Is it open or closed?
I don't know. I haven't been there.
I haven't been there either.
I think it is open.
Well, it's pretty quiet, no doubt.
I don't know. Like
that's
like not. I said. Like I usually just go to Shishi.
Yeah.
If I'm going out, I'm going to Shishi. Or if I'm working, I'm going to Shishi.
What about Warehouse? You ever go there? No.
I got caught there one time. Late. I went to Warehouse one time, and
what'd you think of it?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, it's pretty underground.
Yeah.
I felt sort of underground. Everyone was pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
I just driving up, so excuse me for saying this, but
yeah.
just driving up, and everyone seems to be hustling you as soon as you get off your motorbike. But anyway.
But it is a go-to spot, I hear.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody says the Warehouse. I'm like, I hope I'm not ending up at Warehouse. You know what I mean?
I hope your life doesn't end up at Warehouse. All right, well, so we'll see you down at...
thanks, Stu.
See you down at Shishi, and we'll see you at the next Beat Awards, whenever they are.
Yeah, and this Friday at Red Ruby.
Red Ruby, yeah. What time's that on?
That's at... starts at 8.
Starts at 8? That's
8,
pretty
2
early.
for 1, 2 for 1 drinks.
That's inside the club.
Well, early.
Yeah.
Everything shuts at 10,
right.
Stu.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But inside the club. It's not out in the terrace.
No. Inside the club, yeah.
All right.
2 for 1s.
2 for 1s. Is it the real shit or the... Anyway. Anyway, thanks for coming in. We're going back to the music. I'm going to check out... You're supposed to send in a set, but I don't think I even got to that point. But we'll put some Nora on Pure. It's probably... more or less the same as hip-hop, but nothing like hip-hop. Let's pull that back over here. Bring her up. Are we on? Yes, we're on. Thanks for joining the show, Flex. Mr. DJ Flex. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Bro.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.